Okay, welcome to the Mary and Teri show, the M&T show, a place where you may feel like you come in empty, but you definitely feel fulfilled when you leave. This is a place where the divinely inspired direction, focused future answers to your multiple questions. And of course, before we get started, Teri, let's give a great big shout out to our chat room on Facebook and all the awesome listeners that are calling in tonight. And hopefully we will have time for at least 2, if not 3 callers tonight. Teri, how are you this week? I have missed you. So what's going on with you today?
You know, if I were you, I'd miss me too. I'm telling you. I get it.
Such a Leo.
I love it. I love it. Actually, things are going pretty well. Thank you very much for asking. I know people think that we get to talk to each other all the time, and we don't. Okay, so everything's going great. I just talked to one of your clients actually right up till 7:30 this evening. So I just wanted you to know I'm working. I'm working hard for you. I have a couple shout outs. I personally want to. I've gotten all kinds of folks that I know have been a loyal listener from day one that we have started here. So I just need to say hi to Miss Asa from Sweden, and of course Tina, my twin, and also Debbie, my younger sister, Lisa, who is a great friend of mine, Bill and Todd, and it was Todd's birthday just a couple days ago. Nathan is awesome because he always listens in, and Amanda, a gal I just met a couple days ago. So she's on tonight listening, so just FYI. I got some people out there, is what I'm saying.
I hear you. Hi, everybody. That's so cool.
I know, right? Hey, can I jump right in and talk about some of the things you have going on? We have going on. If I can join you, I'm not sure yet, right? You have, first of all, I should back up. How was your Greensboro, North Carolina event this past weekend? How did it go?
Oh, that was it was enlightening and yet funny and charming all at the same time. I had one woman who came to see me, and of all things, she was going to go to a funeral right after the Messages from the Other Side gallery. So apparently most of all her family who had already been deceased came through and visited her at the gallery before she drove up to Durham, North Carolina, that is, to visit with her living folks. So it was rather enlightening for sure.
Oh, my goodness.
I find that to be the case when somebody just passes away. A lot of times we mediums will pick up on spirits of people who have already died for years ago. And they will be there to meet and greet, if you will, that new baby spirit into the heaven realms. So the gallery was rather packed, so to speak.
Aww.
That was a lot of fun. I'm working on going back to Greensboro, but I just locked down, Dancing Moon in Raleigh, North Carolina, April 28th. So,
all right.
So if anybody's interested in the events and website, just go to www.marybethwrenn, spell my name with 2 N's like a bird. So it's marybethwrenn, WRENN.com. And that's where you can find out about me and my Teri with her awesome services as an empowering personality coach. Boy, if you need an injection of positive personality, Teri Petrella is your girl. Okay.
Gee, thanks. Wow. Hey, so this weekend you have Rockingham, right? You have an event going on. Do we have any tickets open and available right now?
Last I checked, yes, we sure do. I would say we have about more, maybe, I can push it. I probably have about 20 more tickets to go. So, we have about, I think I'm looking at the books here, and it looks like I've sold 11-ish. But it's probably going to grow because I just sent the newsletter out tonight. And I like small venue galleries because that definitely increases the chance to get a personal reading from the other side, which can be quite enlightening. And I'll tell you what, let me tell you about one thing you need to know. What we do as mediums is not exact science. So even though I might be saying, I think I'm seeing your husband, and it turns out that I'm not seeing your husband, but I'm seeing your father-in-law who loves you like a daughter, yeah, sometimes I get the energy confused. I know, cigar's just a cigar. I get it. But just letting you know, if it were exact, I'd be playing lottery in every state, tithing 10% to every charity I knew. So it's not an exact science.
Well, and I want to check in with you, too. You have your gallery. It's a private gallery, but it is on St. Patty's Day on March 17th. You have that coming up. You also have the Psychic Saturday, which is the very last, right? You've got the last Saturday in March, so it's March 31st. And then you have something else that popped up April 7th.
Oh, yeah. That's the private messages from the other side. Not private, like it's public, but it's only seats 15 people at the max.
Okay.
So that's really a private event. I keep saying that. I don't mean to. It's a public event, but that with those small venues, again, increases those odds about getting a deeper connection to the other side. Right. And please remember, I work best with the spirit world, so don't tell me who you want to talk to. What I mean is, this is not a pizza joint. Don't be calling up what you want to talk to or what you want to eat. It's the spirit world. It's not us that run the show. As you well know, remember Teri last week with New York City? I think her name was Michelle. And, I just remembered her, the guy from the other side who died in the bar fight. Sorry, that was really, upbeat.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Look, Teri, look. Look at our producer.
I know. I'm giggling. I can't take it.
Oh,
I'm giggling at him.
My eyes are rolling.
I
Teri,
know.
You'll have to explain to the rest of the audience.
So nobody really gets this, okay? But we have Dave, our producer, who's now apologizing for the silliness on the other end. And what he's asking for is a pepperoni and cheese pizza, and he'd like to hold the anchovies. He'd like an extra Coke because, see, I used to be an order taker in our little pizza place, so I'm getting all the detail right now. Yes, this is what he would like. Listen, we've got somebody on the line, okay? And I'm thinking we're going to want to take this person, okay? So I don't know. Whenever you're ready, I'm tired of the silliness from Mr. Dave here on whatever he is doing and what's going on. And you won't believe this, but this caller is actually from North Carolina in Mooresville. It is Cheryl in Mooresville, North Carolina. I can't believe it. Okay, so let's go ahead. If you're okay with that, Mary Beth, are you ready? Are you ready for this? Okay.
Ready to read Cheryl from NASCAR country in North Kakalaki any day.
Hi, Cheryl. Welcome to the show. Hi. So what is your one question for Miss Mary Beth? What's going on with you tonight?
Well, in regards to what you were just saying about how, we don't call up and ask to speak to a certain person. It's about what the spirit is. So my question is, what would the spirit like me to know?
Okay. Let me first of all, my method of connecting into you is looking at your auric field. Now, when I'm seeing your energy field tonight, I'm seeing a reddish orange aura color, and that can be sometimes tension, especially around the shoulders, neck, head. And now it's interesting as I'm speaking out into the other side, not necessarily picking up any. Yes, I am. Never. I should just be quiet and talk, right? Talk about a little contradiction of terms. I'm picking up on a male presence, so I feel like I'm looking at a father figure. However, I feel like I'm supposed to tell you that this person died from a stroke or something to do with headaches or migraines, stroke, or head injuries. Now, I still feel like I have to come back to you to say, be careful of headaches, migraines, or stress-related problems. I feel like you're holding this energy around your shoulders. I feel like I'm supposed to tell you, you ever heard of Atlas Shrugged? No, not Ayn Rand. I don't feel like objectivism. But I'm talking about keeping all the the tension on your shoulders. I'm supposed to tell you to let all this go. And I feel that might be having to do with something to do with your job. But I feel like I'm supposed to say to you, delegate. I know that's not exactly the best word for people who are leaders. Because, we're supposed to delegate, but we end up we're the chief bottle washer to everything. But I'm supposed to say to you that you're the teacher or the mentor at, I want to say school, but I'm not for certain you're at a school. Be more of the leader, manager, teacher that you are supposed to be or supposed to be paid for, instead of trying to do it all at once or delegate this responsibility. Now, I feel like you're supposed to stay where you're at, but I think the job may be experiencing a bunch of, oh God forbid, layoffs or changes. Boy, oh boy. Now, I just got the flash vision of Lowe's, but I know you're in Mooresville, so I don't know if you work for the hardware world. Yeah, okay, show me. Lowe's department stores. But again, the impression keeps coming back to be the manager that you are and then delegate that responsibility out. Stop trying to do everything by yourself. I hope that makes sense to you. And now, I feel like I'm getting a dual reading here, or you're getting a dual reading, because I've got a masculine figure, and I feel like I'm talking to your father, or I got an Italian fella. Now, maybe I'm picking up on Teri's dad, but the pizza parlor guy.
Probably. Sorry.
My dad is still living.
Okay. But who is the man who died from the stroke? And it feels like I'm like high blood pressure, bursting energy. Teri, I've never asked you about your pops, but I don't know why I want to say that. And poor Cheryl's trying to get the reading, and I'm talking about somebody else. But
well, I don't.
Well,
Does this man have to do with my job?
Yes, it does. Well, I'm not exactly sure. Wait a minute, because I'm getting. So you asked the question, what's the message coming in from Spirit? Mm-hmm. Well, I just opened up to the other side, and I'm picking up on a man who died from a stroke. However, I feel like I'm supposed to tell you about your job. So that's why I'm saying I'm going in two different directions with you.
I'm wondering if it's I am a teacher.
Okay.
And and I do it all. I don't have a training, which is illegal.
Yay.
I teach severe autistic and handicapped children.
Okay.
And I had a parent who died a few years ago.
Father figure?
Yes, he is. Mm-hmm.
Did he die from a stroke or something to do with a head injury?
They didn't do an autopsy, which I thought was strange.
Do you know if the names would Philip mean something to you, or Peter? And I know Teri's last name is Petrella. I get it, but I'm not letting you off the hook, Missy. It could still be your dad. But now I'm also feeling like his heart is racing, but I feel like he blew a clot to the brain. I know that sounds really gross. Peace, love, and harmony. But, hey, people die. So what I'm simply saying is, are you still taking care of that child?
He's at the high school now.
Okay.
But I do try to help the teacher I'm at one grade level and she's at another grade level. I'm middle school and she's high school. And so he's not with me anymore, but I see him occasionally.
All right. I'm supposed to tell you from the spirit world, thank you for taking care of him, and then I'm supposed to say the word Mark. M-A-R-K? Yeah, Mark. Maybe it's not a name like a man's name. It could be on the mark, or it could be that I'm seeing. What's another name that starts with an M-A-R? Martin, Marvin, Mar something. I don't understand. I'll just leave it at you're on the mark, okay? Or that keeping him on the mark, if that makes sense to you. So that's the messages that seem to be coming through for you today. But Cheryl, the most important message I kept feeling from Spirit to you is delegate your responsibilities, and you be the teacher, not the chief bottle washer, newspaper boy, housemaid, and everything else. Okay?
Okay.
So,
all right.
Best
you.
to you. You're welcome. Thanks for calling our show.
And Cheryl, I apologize if I'm my father's coming through. I apologize if that's interrupting your reading. I'm sorry about that. I apologize.
Teri,
yes.
Tell. I don't think I've ever brought up your father before.
No, you haven't. That's weird. So I think it was Dave with the pizza. I think it was Dave with the pizza. I don't know.
I think Dave conjured your father.
Yeah, was his name like Pa or Mark or anything?
No.
Well,
yeah, right.
My father's name was James or Jim, but you kept getting Pa like Petrella. I don't know. So maybe they're there together. Who knows? I don't know. But my father passed away from lung cancer. And had surgery and, all of that. So it wasn't really a heart attack or anything like that. But, so I don't know, Cheryl. I don't know what was going on with that.
Teri.
All right.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it's not him. I feel like this has to do with Cheryl and her connections.
Good.
And if she can recognize that through that student, I feel like there could be a consideration, maybe a tutoring program, but there's still sort of a strong connection because I'm getting a sense of gratitude from the parental for her. So, Cheryl, I don't mean to speak to you in third person, and you're standing right there in front of me, but that's what I'm getting.
Yeah, he loves me.
I still feel like he does, in a sense of gratitude. Okay. Yeah.
I picked his kid up for the day he died, and kept him for 5 hours. Yeah.
Oh.
So, nonverbal. Yeah. So anyway, thank you, ladies.
You are absolutely an angel.
You're welcome. Thank you for calling in. It was good to talk to you, Cheryl. If you need us or want to talk to us later, you know how to get a hold of us, okay?
Okay. Have a good night.
Thank you. All right. I'm going to reach out to Leslie from Blackfoot, Idaho. She is actually on the phone waiting for you, Miss Mary Beth. Leslie, how are you?
I am good. How about you?
I'm fine, thank you. So Mary Beth is already shaking her head. You can't see this yet, but she is already tuned into you. But what is your question?
Oh, no. I basically want to see, like, if I can have any guidance in any area of, my life. So,
You got it. Leslie, I'm getting a strong impression of you to either start your own business or you have your own business. Now, I'm also feeling that your aura field is what I see as a person who is a black and white thinker. It's either yes or no, on or off, but no maybes and no generalities. It's very, very specific feeling to me. And I keep seeing self-employment. So maybe you're a 9-to-5 worker, but your heart and soul go for creating your own business. Like, I want to say crafting or something to do where you might be representing other people who make things, crafting, if that makes sense to you. Now, maybe that's because of where you live. Maybe it's the Blackfoot Indian tribe, and maybe that's why I'm picking that up. I know my logic mind is kicking in, of course, but what I'm being shown for you is an additional form of income through self-employment and a sense of creativity. Like, I keep seeing making things or working with your hands. However, you could be representing people that make things as well. So,
it makes sense.
Okay. How so? Could you kind of elaborate to that for me?
Well, I've I've had the feeling that I needed to start my own business. And first I thought it was through, energy healing, like stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then I started, getting the vision that I needed to really, do furniture, custom furniture. Yeah. And, and
that's it.
I've actually been setting up websites for people that actually do their own custom building furniture. So,
Leslie, I wanted to tell you that I kept seeing Etsy in my mind. No, you're not going to have a relationship with somebody named Etsy. I felt like you were supposed to represent people to have an Etsy line or have an eBay business. So if you can work on your digital marketing skills for other entrepreneurs, you will have another sideline business for which you can then reinvest yourself into your refurbishing furniture business, and it's just piled on top of each other so that you will have a guaranteed form of residual income, and you will not have to work your 9 to 5.
That'd be great.
So that's how Spirit's driving you forward.
Yes, I feel it. Definitely feel it.
Send us your websites. I'd love to see what you do.
Okay, I will definitely do that.
That is fantastic. Dave, how are we doing on time? Do I have more time to elaborate, or am I going to be kicked off the air soon? Oh, Leslie, we got 4 minutes. We have 4 minutes, honey. You're lucky. Okay. Hey, Miss Teri.
Yes.
You're the empowerment coach here. See, Leslie, you get the benefit of not only the psychic here, but you also get the benefit of my personality empowerment coach. So basically, if I tell you what I see in the future, she gives you point A, point B, point C, point D. So Teri, Petrella, take it away.
Well, first thing coming to me right now, I've got to tell you is that, Leslie, I would say right now start getting your plan together. 30, 60, 90 days, get a strategy in terms of what you're going to do with what Mary Beth has already shared with you this evening. Please, think about, everything, obviously, when you talk self-employed, obviously, there's going to be a mix of, working from your day job or your night job, whatever that is, into the self-employment. So think about how that's going to look over the 30, 60, 90-day period. Put a strategy in place. Obviously, do you have something like that already together?
Roughly. I would like to, perfect it a little bit better than what I do have it. And so I'm hoping to get that done in the next couple weeks.
Okay. So think about what that's going to look like. And like Mary Beth said, is, really get some websites together. I don't know if you do that on the side or if you have someone that can help you with that. Obviously, that's, social media is awesome. The internet is awesome as it relates to getting, your new business together. So what have you done with that so far?
With my new business, I haven't done anything like with really my new business. I've been kind of helping everybody else build their websites for their businesses.
Gotcha. Okay. So my first piece of empowerment is take care of you, my love. Take care of you. Yeah. And, just really get yourself together and it'll all come. Trust me, it'll come to you. You've been helping other people, so it's time for you to shine. It's time for you to do a little something for you. So just put that together. Mary Beth's wanting to say something here. Go ahead.
Hey, Teri and Leslie, especially Leslie, Teri and I are in the same boat, being that we're self-employed. And I know for sensitive people, Leslie, oh my God, look. We are empathic. You're empathic, which means you'll want to take care of everybody else. And what will happen is you get so caught up in their drama that you kind of forget yourself. So what I recommend is write down what you need to get done. Because if you don't, I live by 3x5 cards. I can't find my 3x5 cards right now, but if you could, I live by these things. Oh, well, right now I don't have anything around, but I play a game, and the game is I give myself 10 things to do and 5 have to be done. And if I could get those 5 done, I feel like the day's complete. Otherwise, my mind will play crazy tricks on me at night, and I'll go, woulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda, and it'll drive me nuts. Okay, so just want to pass that forward since you're sensitive as well.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Yeah. Best of luck to you. Send us your websites. We want to see what's going on with you later on. I'm telling you. Well, listen, I'm getting the high sign from our pizza boy behind, and I'm sure he's got to make a delivery. So let's let Dave off the hook here, Teri.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, a great big shout out to our listeners at Facebook. And to check us out on www.marybethwrenn.com. It's WRENN.com. And you can find Teri Petrella as well on our website. And if you'd like to call, it would be 704, area code 010. I think that's the state, United States code. Forgive me. Just Google us, 704-566-8300. Anyway, reality is what you make it. Make sure you make it the very best. Good night with Mary Beth Wrenn and
Teri Petrella. Take care, everyone.